Welcome back to the Hot Takes Factory, where we discuss your hot takes and either throw a bucket of water on them to cool them down or light them up because they're too cool for school. I'm here with a much smaller person than me, Christopher Hamill.
You fucking yeti, you. I've just had a banana and it's given me really bad acid reflux. First hot tizzle comes from Heath Fajita. You a big fan of fajitas?
I love them.
Can you wrap them properly? Baby's nappy.
Every now and again, that's more a burrito you just did there. Fajita, both sides got to be open. Otherwise, that's a burrito, my friend.
Anyway, the first hot take is Manchester City and Liverpool are the only ones of the top six guaranteed to be in the top four next season. This is a flaming hot take. The other four could all miss out. We haven't got long enough to debate a scenario where all four sides currently from third to sixth miss out on European football. So what other two sides do you think could break into that top six?
Oh, that is a good question. One quite obvious one, especially if they do some good business like they have done, Wolves. What business they've done? Picking up Johnny, Raul Jimenez, João Moutinho, Ruben Neves. If they can keep hold of those players and add to them, I don't see why not. I don't see why they can't challenge for top four next year. They've done so well this year, and especially against the top six sides. I mean, I can't remember the numbers off my heart, but I know for a fact they've done a lot better against the top six than they have against the bottom six. If they can improve against the bottom six, Bob's their uncle. Top four, God, why not?
Your aunt. What I will say is this, the discrepancy between 6th and 7th, currently the same as the season before. So Arsenal finished 6th, 9 points above Burnley, currently 9 points above Wolves. However, take a look at the underlying numbers, somewhere down here. Oh, found them. And what you'll see is that actually the middling clubs, the middle class, if you will, are coming for the big boys. It will just be a case of keeping their star players because whenever the big boys feel the other teams on their heels,
I'll have that.
Stomping on their coattails. I'll have you X, Y, and Z.
Mahrez, I'll take him.
However, good example, well interjected. But Chelsea, looming transfer ban. Spurs still got the stadium spend. Manchester United need a massive overhaul, and I think they still, because of a lack of infrastructure at the club, would go for a shiny new toy like Jadon Sancho over, someone like Harry Maguire, who would probably be better to the side. Fundamentally, because their defence is currently on a par with Brighton, Hove, Albion.
And Arsenal,
do you know what?
Are just a mess.
Take a look at the actual defensive numbers in terms of expected goals conceded, and Wolves and Leicester, their defences both in the top 5. So if they can sort themselves out on the attacking end, you have Leicester very, very light on Jamie Vardy's goals. Kelechi Iheanacho, just taking bungs at this point to hand the league title to Kieran's mob.
What's a man to do when he's lost the love of his woman?
Hello.
Then I think we have some really exciting teams on our hands. Leicester's midfield, bloody hell.
I mean,
you take that at a lot of top clubs.
If they can actually get Tielemans on a permanent, they're going to be frightening next year. As you said, they just need to replace old 31-year-old injury-prone Vardy.
He's got it all. Brendan in midfield, that is. So you've got James Maddison, that's the name I was looking for. Grabbed it out of the grey matter, created the most chances in the Premier League this season. Yeah, Hamza Chowdhury and Wilfred Ndidi is that double pivot. I really like that. Hamza Chowdhury starting to add more passes to his game. Let's hope he can become the first footballer of his ethnicity to represent England, because that'd be bloody fantastic. Born and bred, Leicester boy. Big up the Ellie man then.
Hello, yes, I am down here in the basement this week and I've decided to turn up the heat after Zach Jalab's slightly tepid take last week. The new handball rule wasn't good or something like that. So I've decided to bring to the table the fact that Sir Alex Ferguson deserves a healthy chunk of the blame for United's problems over the last 6 years. So he obviously left 6 years ago to the day. So this was filmed on a Wednesday. So yesterday, he left 6 years ago to the day after something like 38 trophies in 26 years. Phenomenal success, Underrated tactician, fantastic man manager, but my argument is pretty poor in the transfer market. So I've got up his squad that he won the league with in 2012-13 when they finished with 89 points, pretty dominant performance after losing to City on that final day the year before. I would argue a pretty ageing and mediocre squad. So they had the likes of Alex Butner, Johnny Evans, Phil Jones, Michael Keane, Raphael, and an ageing Nemanja Vidic still in their squad. He also had a midfield comprising of Carrick, Cleverley, Darren Fletcher, Januzaj, Lingard and Nick Powell, amongst others. Scholes and Giggs were obviously going to retire at the end of the year. And a forward line that included Danny Welbeck, Chicharito, Robin van Persie and Wayne Rooney. And I would argue that since that 2007-8 year, his work in the transfer market had been pretty mediocre. 2009-10 brought in Antonio Valencia, Mame Birandouf, Obertan, Michael Owen. Not a good window. The following year, Bebe, need I say more, Chris Smalling, Chicharito and Anders Lindegaard. Where are the marquee signings that were supposed to make Man United be able to carry on once this behemoth of the game had left? I just don't see them here. David De Gea in 11-12, unmitigating success, excusing the last few months. Phil Jones, Ashley Young. The following year, Robin van Persie, but he was 29 at the time, wasn't going to go on forever. Shinji Kagawa, unfortunately, didn't work out. Zaha, Nick Powell, and Angelo Enriquez from Universidad de Chile for £5 million. No, me neither. So I think he didn't really leave enough in the tank for Man United to continue his success. And yes, United's board and Ed Woodward have got a lot of things wrong in the last 6 years. Numerous appointments, numerous signings. It's unfair to blame it all on Sir Alex Ferguson, but it's also wrong to completely take him out of the firing line when it comes to this. His squad was ageing and mediocre, and he didn't do enough in the preceding 3 years to try and sort it out for the next stage. That's my hot take for this week. Back up to the boys upstairs.
Broom Cobra has our next hot take, and he said, even if Barca win the treble, Valverde should be fired for not building a well-rounded squad. What do you think about Barcelona, about Valverde and their chances in the Champions League against, I suppose Ajax in the final, really?
I mean, their display against Liverpool, although somewhat maybe fortunate, maybe Liverpool should have scored a couple of goals, all came down to one man, Lionel Messi. And I mean, winning the treble should not get you sacked. If you win the treble and you're sacked, I don't know what else you could do, to be honest. To be fair to Valverde, we've given him a lot of slate in the past, or I should say, arguably, Pato has, but he's been okay. He's used some players maybe not to the best of their ability, like Malcolm, but he's brought in other players like Lenglet and Dembele, although Dembele every now and again isn't playing. And I don't know, maybe we need to give him a bit more credit than he deserves. He does have Lionel Messi though, which is the kind of the point where you go, that man will just do anything. It's kind of like he just goes, you know what? I'm going to play now. I'm just going to win us the game. I'm going to score a free kick from 30 yards.
I think people's biggest problem with him is he looks painfully boring. He looks like a less fun version of Jim's dad from American Pie.
That's such a good point. Like, you would never look at Valverde and be like, he's a legend of a manager. You just go, he's a manager.
It was the same thing with Claude Puel at Leicester. Everyone was like, oh, we're doing fine, but your press conferences are so tedious. Do you know what? Barcelona started out this season, it was easy to criticise their defence. I think they were almost throughout various, points of the opening third of the season, conceding over 1.2, 1.3 goals a game. It's now below 1, which is actually an improvement on last campaign. But it has come at a sacrifice to their attack. Yeah. Messi responsible both goal and assist-wise for 50% of their overall haul. Luis Suarez down by about 25%. He's 32. Does this represent a terminal decline? Who knows? Hopefully not, because the pair of them still have a very good understanding of one another, don't they? More so than Dembele coming in, Coutinho coming in, although Coutinho has improved on the left-hand side of midfield in sort of the latter third of the season. Do think he's still probably got a future there. Ricky Puig coming through, Elena, the future looks bright, but they are not a treble-winning team without Messi, which feels a bit redundant to say they're not as good without their best player, but the drop-off is phenomenal.
But you have a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense, right? Like, if you've spent 10 years or whatever playing with a player who is that important, and when he's not there, there's always going to be such a massive gap. It's kind of hard to, it's going to be like Chelsea without Eden Hazard and things like that. When a player's been that key to you during the bad times as well, you're always going to need him there.
The fans would probably argue that we should be rolling over most domestic opposition without Messi bailing us out, having to come on from the 60th minute onwards when we're resting him, contributing to the most goals, assists, deep progressions, pressures. The guy is 31. He needs a break. You're running him into the ground. I don't know who else would they take at Barcelona. Setien, maybe Tuchel would be fun because looks like Jose might go to PSG. Tuchel's probably already had enough. No, Valverde's fine. It's just
Messi.
Just a transitional period. I think you give him one more transfer window and then, I don't know, give it to
whoever.
Giggsy. Give it to Giggsy. In relation to the GIF, I didn't realise the GIF that I used in this tweet was from Terminator 2. Terminator 2.
I thought it was from Mars
It's the
Attack.
best action film ever made. Mars Attack? What's that?
Wrong! Mars Attack, great VHS film. Watched it at my nan's. It has Tom Jones coming out at the end and just singing to the world after we beat the Martians.
It ain't unusual.
Alien life.
That means
Mars attacks.
Anyway, for that one, wrong. Only one action film is the best among them all.
Don't say it.
I'm going to say it.
Don't say it.
Fast and Furious. You know what you're going to get with them? Cars, money, fighting, guns, explosions, and Vin Diesel saying, family. That's all you need. Where other ones, you can go in there, you'll be leaving disappointed. Every Fast and Furious film, you'll never leave disappointed.
Hey, Mia, you better hide your baby, or... I'm just playing. You better hide that big-ass forehead. I was just joking.
How do they continue to make billions and billions of pounds?
Exactly. Point proven.
Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2 is... Bad Boys 1.
Another good point, well made.
Men in Black.
Men in Black, yes.
Men in
action
Black's
film,
quality.
sci-fi action. What is that one? The Alien film.
Alien.
Van Hoven.
Alien.
No, you know it, Kieran. You're a weirdo, you. You do. Starship Troopers. Brrr, so good. You've got so much to learn. So that was Hot Takes for another week. Yes, we did film that incredibly quickly. We hope you enjoyed what Kieran did with something that closely resembles content. And if you enjoyed this, go and watch Stat Wars, go and watch Squad Goals, and what is to come on FDFC.
Well, FTC is going to be changing a little bit. If you enjoy Squad Goals, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, is all I will say. More news on that to come in time. But
Also, not a good film. No, in time, rubbish. Justin Timberlake, rubbish.
I didn't mind that.
Really?
I didn't mind that film. Yeah.
Not having it.
But if you've got time, click that subscribe button and that like. Takes 3 seconds. Gah, I'll see you all later.
Olivia Wilde, that's the woman in that.